All right, great stuff there with Jess and Scott and Zed. Of course, Gabe Pruitt here from the Sam McKee Memorial Broadcast Center, and I am pleased to be joined by Michelle Crawford. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
And you're a little bit all over the place because you are a signature sponsor here for the Kindergarten Series.
Yes.
And what a cool series this is. Starts in the late summer, culminates here with the big money finals tonight.
Yep, it keeps you going all summer long, and you have the Red Mile to break it up a little bit, and then you get to finish off your season and go into the winter months after the kindergarten. So it's perfect.
Yeah, it really is. And I know you've got a couple of live ones we're going to get to a little later that are going to start in these kindergarten events tonight. You also sponsor many events, Michelle, throughout the industry. The Breeders' Crown, the Jugette, of course, always one of the coolest days in the calendar. You're sponsored with us down at the Red Mile, so you're a little all over the place.
We like to be all over the place. We like to spread the wealth. We're very passionate. Al and I have always figured that, the more you do for the industry, the more it gives back. You can control a little bit, you have a little bit of input, and you get to enjoy it and just, support everything that, we all get excited about.
And I know you're out there front and center, obviously, at the sports signature events and with some of your own horses as well. The sale, of course, was a big time. Al's, more behind-the-scenes player.
He's a behind-the-scenes player for the most part with his busy work schedule with BHG, but we spent some great time at the sale in Lexington, and we were really proud of our farm family and how our horses sold, and it was just so much fun. I don't think we could have asked for anything more, and it's been a long journey.
Okay, well, I'm going to get to some of that here in just a moment, but right now we're going to send it upstairs. Ken Workden's going to take us to the post parade. Okay, as we get set here leading up to the third race of the night, Gabe Pruitt back with you here. Pleased to be joined by Michelle Crawford, of course, Crawford Farms, our signature sponsor of the Kindergarten Series here at the Meadowlands, the 4 Big Money Finals tonight. Michelle, let's get to that Lexington Select Yearling sale. You just briefly mentioned it. 12 new records established at that sale, and it was a great sale for almost everyone, it seemed, but particularly Crawford Farms.
I was really excited. We sold 61 yearlings. 59 of them were duly eligible, and we couldn't have asked for more support from the industry. I think that we were able to buy back in on some of them and keep a piece, which always makes us happy. And out of 61 yearlings, we really, really raised the bar this year for Crawford Farms.
Yeah, and the headliner there may have been a day 3 offering because that was my BFF Annie, of course, the sister to Carl, $435,000. Congratulations. I know that she was awfully special for you, and that you're looking forward to not only racing Carl tonight, but seeing her begin her race career.
I know, and I'm looking forward to it. And Ava, my daughter, is in the house tonight, so she gets to see it. It's kind of special, Ava-licious. But we had a great third day showing. I'm never going to complain about that at the Lexington sale. And my BFF Annie got to go to trainer Nancy Tactor, so she'll keep the family. Yes, Nancy was very excited about it. Jimmy was very excited. They came up to the farm. They visited. They absolutely loved a bunch of our stock. They bought quite a few, and we're very excited to have her in that barn. And I understand there's a wingling on the ground there as well. A propulsion, yes, okay. A colt, and he could be anything. He's very good looking. That's very cool stuff. And you talk about the dual eligibles there. All but 2 of yours were there in Lexington. Well, you've recently purchased a farm there in Central Kentucky, just outside of Lexington, in Versailles. How's that been? It's so much fun. It's so much fun having a farm down there. I get to walk it every day. I wake up in the morning and, there's horses out all sides, but there's superstars. There's Atlanta, there's Ramona, there's Warrawee Butte. It is crazy. And the dual eligibility is just set it apart from the program, completely just made it worth our while and our money. And it's the old Chestnut Farm. William Shatner owned it, and we've made a lot of improvements. And now we're working on our upstate New York farm and building a big foaling barn up there. And Chad and Heather are going to be right there on the farm, very close to my house, and we're going to be able to foal out all 68 of them, in New York. And you get a new rule coming forward here in New York as well. We do. We actually, and I think that there's some discrepancy, but I think they're making it special for the breeders who are still in New York, and they're going to come up with a really good, breeders residency program and bonus program. But for anybody else like Crazy Wow, we have, to be able to ship semen is going to be a big deal for the industry. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, I think, for the state of New York. Now, you mentioned you bought William Shatner's old place. Great farm there in Central Kentucky. Of course, I'm biased. I love it there as well. But have you visited yet? Well, I'm going to soon. Okay, sure. I'm waiting till you're back in town. Does anyone ever show up looking for William Shatner? Or you get any mail? Well, we've gotten some mail, and there have been some stories. So mostly on the thoroughbred side, but they don't know us in the standardbreds there yet, but they will. I'm going to show up and look for Atlanta, not William Shatner. Just so you know. Speaking of Atlanta, what's she up to there? You got a couple of Hamiltonian champions, part of your broodmare band. That's incredible with Atlanta, of course, Ramona
Ramona Hill. What's Atlanta up to these days, and what can we look for from her?
Atlanta's just being a bully out in the paddock with the other mares, exercising her queen status. Heather and I are biting our fingernails. Heather won't leave the farm. But yeah, she's carrying her own Muscle Hill, and February due date, so we are just waiting anxiously. And Ramona just went back to Hanover. She got her days in Kentucky, so they will foal her out and sell her Walner at the sale next year.
That's incredible. So Atlanta carrying her first foal. Of course, she had an embryo transfer, I believe, as her first foal.
Yes, Athena and Howard Taylor and Tom Pontone are our partners on Athena, which is AKA Deja Blue. So she'll be showing up. That's the only one we actually kept, but sold privately.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. That's very cool. No, between the two farms, as you said, you've made big improvements as you took over the farm there in Kentucky, the new foaling barn and everything in New York. You've got brood mares, yearlings, weanlings. This is a major operation, but I know one thing that's particularly special for you, not only do you have the active horses, but you've got a lot of retirees as well.
We do. We have a lot of active retirees that are going into programs now, so they can be trained under saddle. My thoroughbreds and my standardbreds, I don't discriminate. There's quite a few, and I think that we are trying to do our best to find them new transitional homes afterwards so they can have a purpose, unless they just need to be a pasture pet. So they'll take residency in our other farms once we get Heather and Chad up to Cazenovia.
All right. Well, that's so cool, Michelle. Thank you so much for all you do for the business and the retirees, and I know that's near and dear to your heart. And we want to wish you the best of luck tonight. You're in the house as a sponsor, but you've got Honey Sweet in the 5th. You've got Carl the later in race 7.
It's so exciting.
Best of luck here tonight, Michelle. It's great to have you in the house.
I hope I'm not a jinx.
No, never. We'll send it upstairs here. Ken Morganson has a call for race 3.